Dennis Rodman exposes Michael Jordan during interview. Dennis Rodman has just come out to speak on the whole Last Dance situation and beef between Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. Well, Dennis Rodman's reaction had everyone shook when he went on to admit publicly that Michael Jordan scammed them and the entire Bulls team by not paying anybody a single cent for their contributions. Now, some say these guys had no contribution in the making of the documentary, but they believe without them the story wouldn't have been possible and they deserve royalties at least. We all know Scottie Pippen was upset about this, but now, years later, and Dennis Rodman himself is addressing it during interviews, literally putting Jordan on blast on live TV. We all know if anybody doesn't have a filter, it's Dennis Rodman, and he just showed that he hasn't changed a bit. After totally exposing MJ during his most recent reaction, Dennis Rodman and Michael Jordan haven't exactly been on the best terms over the last few years, and this recent cheap move by Mike just left a bad impression. Rodman is not happy. There's obviously a lot to get into with all that's going on in the industry and all of the NBA player reactions to Dennis Rodman exposing Michael Jordan. But today, we'll mainly be sticking to Dennis Rodman exposes Michael Jordan during interview, because this is the talk of the town. Nobody expected Dennis Rodman to come out and actually say this. Like I said, there's a lot to get into, so be sure to stick around and watch until the end as we get into things one detail at a time. Trust me when I say you won't want to miss a thing. Thanks for stopping by today and visiting us at King Hoops. We post daily basketball updates and news that you really should know about if you're a fan. For more content like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to leave a like and comment keyword Rodman to enter our giveaway. One lucky viewer will be picked. Now, let's jump into this video and take a closer look at Dennis Rodman exposes Michael Jordan. Alright, buckle up because we're diving into one of the messiest NBA bromances that turned into a Cold War. Michael Jordan vs. Scottie Pippen, with Dennis Rodman playing the wild card in the middle. So let's start with the T, Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. Yeah, that bromance is over. These two were once the dynamic duo of the NBA, Batman and Robin, peanut butter and jelly. But now, it's giving divorced parents who hate each other's guts but still show up to family functions. The tension got real after the Last Dance documentary dropped on Netflix. MJ basically used it as a flex piece to show the world how legendary he is. But Scottie was not vibing with how he was portrayed. He felt like Jordan minimized his role on the Bulls and even said MJ was selfish. Oh, and Pippen accused Jordan of exploiting the Bulls dynasty just to prop up his GOAT status. And if you're wondering if they patched things up, nope. Pippen has been on a podcast warpath lately, saying Jordan was a horrible player before he joined the Bulls. And let's not forget, Pippen also took some low-key and high-key jabs at MJ's parenting skills. This beef went from basketball court to personal real fast. Now, enter Dennis Rodman, the human energy drink of the 90s. This guy showed up to the Bulls practice after clubbing all night in Vegas, probably still drunk and somehow still locked down 20 rebounds. Rodman and Jordan actually became tight because of that contrast. Jordan was the ultimate perfectionist and Rodman was out here wrestling Hulk Hogan and marrying himself in a wedding dress. Yet, on the court, the man was a rebounding psychopath. Rodman's origin story with MJ is actually hilarious. At first, Jordan hated the idea of playing with Rodman. But after Phil Jackson made it happen and Rodman started showing up, barely, and dominating, Jordan gained respect for him. They became unlikely allies, even if Dennis would disappear to a party with Carmen Electra mid-season. And yes, that did happen. Wild Rodman party fact, he once vanished during the NBA Finals to hit up Vegas. MJ had to go drag him out of his hotel room in the middle of the finals. The man partied like his contract depended on it. And don't even get me started on the time Rodman ditched practice to join the NWO in WCW wrestling. Bro had a WWE match before Game 4. As for who Rodman rolls with today, he's still cool with Jordan despite not being in his tight circle. He's close with Kim Jong-un, North Korea's leader, Shaq, and random celebs like Post Malone and Chris Brown. Rodman is the type of guy who shows up anywhere and somehow fits in. To sum it up, Jordan and Pippen, that's a Cold War now. Jordan and Rodman, still decent. And Rodman, He's a walking fever dream with a VIP pass to both NBA Hall of Fame and whatever nightclub happens to be open at 3 a.m. Stay weird, Dennis Rodman.